Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl, Coach Jelisha J, self-love Coach Jelisha J. I've missed you guys. Please make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe button. And please make sure you hit the notification bell so you are aware when I post new videos. So, we are here and I want to talk about 4 ways that I have been able to use tools to navigate anxiety. When anxiety flares up, what do I do? And hopefully it'll be helpful to you too. Anxiety is a conversation that we need to have often because it is something that we all go through in different ways, and a lot of times we don't have the tools or the resources to get through it, and we think we're just supposed to be reacting and be uncomfortable and be ill within, and that's not right. That's not true. I'm a really big advocate of self-love. I am a self-love coach, and anxiety is pretty much almost another way of loving yourself, because you have to start trusting yourself. You have to be more kind to yourself. You have to be more compassionate to yourself when you have anxiety, because, you know, if you don't, then of course the mind will tell you otherwise. The mind will tell you that you aren't worth anything. So I'm here to tell you that you are absolutely deserving of peace and of joy and of stillness, and hopefully these 4 tools will help you. So those who are not aware of anxiety, what does that look like? Anxiety is really a fear-based trauma, and it's really a body trauma, really, but it oftentimes it comes up when we are too focused on the future, or we're coming up with different scenarios or different just fears, a lot of different fears that we're coming up with, things that have not even occurred, and our mind is pretty much telling us worst case scenarios, coming up with different, you know, outcomes, and you're just kind of all over the place. You're reacting, and a lot of times it shows up, it can be debilitating. You may not be able to speak, you may be having the shakes, you may be having the sweats, you maybe are not able to sleep at night, you possibly could be also having heart palpitations, you may have headaches, you may have trembles and tremors, you may react out of anxiety, so you may splurge, you may spend a lot of money, you may eat a lot to cope with the anxiety, you may want to use sex or use drugs to cope with the anxiety, and you may want to use other self-destructive habits and behaviors. And so it's really important that we incorporate tools or skills to help with anxiety. And I say this as someone who has anxiety, but I'm not proclaiming this, oh, I have anxiety. As a self-love coach, I kind of been in denial, but as the more I'm working on myself and the more I'm peeling back layers about myself, the more I'm becoming more aware of the things I need to work on. And there's a lot of different fear-based trauma, a lot of body trauma that I've suffered as a child, and a lot of times we go through things as a child or as young adults, or even in relationships as an adult, that we may have thought we were over, but if we experience something else, the body remembers it, and that's when anxiety flares up, because it's almost like a fight or flight mode. Your body's trying to protect you, really. Your body's like, oh God, we don't want this to happen, so don't do this, and so we're reacting out of that, and we're kind of stuck and stagnant. And it can really hold you back. Anxiety can have you thinking that you're not worthy. It can have you thinking that you don't deserve certain things. It could have you thinking that the things that you really want is not possible, or the things that, say even a job or promotion, you'll think that, you know, I can't even apply for this job because I'm gonna screw up, I'm gonna mess up at the interview, people are gonna laugh at me, I'm gonna fall flat on my face, what's the point of me even interviewing? And I say this as someone with this experience, okay? You can just hold yourself back. It can show up as procrastination. Anxiety can, because we really are using that as a way of pushing off, but procrastination is actually a fear. So, you know, anxiety will have you thinking, let me just put this off, let me just put this off, let me put this off, because it gives you more comfort. Like, okay, I feel safer this way, I'm gonna put this off so I don't have to deal with it. So let's combat it, right? Let's combat anxiety. So one of the first things I learned, and I've been learning this in therapy as well, is that I start questioning myself. I question myself out loud when I feel anxiety coming up, when I feel my mind trying to play tricks on me and say a lot of different things and question me or put me down, when I have fear come up. And for me, my heart starts beating really, really fast. I start having sweats. I can't sleep at night. I am very nauseous. I also have stomach issues as well. I have to use the restroom. Like I'll just be, your body's reacting, right? So my body's just everywhere. But I'll start asking myself, is this a real fact? Is this really, really true? Or is this something that's in my mind? And what is the truth? Like, what is actual truth? For example, recently I was upset about my home. I thought I was going to lose my home for no other reason but my mind telling me that, and I played into what the thought was. And so what ended up happening was that I was freaking out about it. But then as I was freaking out about it internally, I was like, well, let me ask myself, is this actual fact? Am I living on the street? Am I homeless? Am I without a place to sleep? No. So this is actually not true. This is just me, the mind just going off. So I had to combat that. So what I would suggest to you guys is start questioning yourself. When you feel your anxiety coming up, start actually asking yourself questions out loud to combat it. Is this actual fact? Is this actually real? Is this actually true? Because a lot of times it isn't. And that way it can bring you back to center. Try that. And let me know what you think. Number 2 is I would recommend getting out into nature. Nature, the sun, is one of the highest vibrations that you can do to lift your vibration. If you're trying to raise your frequency and be tapped in, get outside into nature. It's created by God. Everything is of God. And so get out. And even if you don't believe in God, when you're outside and you're with the grass and you're with flowers and you're with the trees, it's just something different. You're with the sun, it is very healing. It's just very naturally healing. You're getting vitamin D, you're filling your body up, you're re-energizing yourself, and it causes you to be present in the moment. So that requires you to get away from the phone, to get away from social media, get away from the TV, get away from distractions, and just be absolutely present. Another thing about nature is that a lot of times when we are imbalanced within ourselves, normally that's our root chakra imbalance. So what helps us? Getting into grass, putting your feet in the grass, like getting in the grass and putting your feet in the grass and grounding yourself, getting near trees, getting near plants, sitting in the grass, just being present, sitting out in the sun, getting back centered. Nature is, if I'm thinking about like the top things you can do to really like lift your vibration, nature is one of the best things that you can do for yourself. So get out into the grass, y'all. Sit in the grass. I will lay my butt in grass, butt naked in my backyard, and enjoy myself. So number three, I would recommend meditation. Of course, I'm going to say meditation. And when people think about meditation, they always think, oh my God. No offense to anyone, but they think of that automatically, which you could be meditating by sitting still. Meditation can also be yoga. It can also be exercise. It can also be cooking. It can be cleaning. It can be taking a shower. It can be whatever you are, reading, painting, drawing, whatever makes you feel good or makes you feel present in that moment is meditation. And what meditation allows is for you just to be present in the moment. It really helps quiet the mind. So that way it's just stillness. And then if you're doing this as a daily practice and you're really being consistent with it, well, you'll notice that the mind is going to do what the mind does. The mind's going to try to question you and try to put fear-based doubt into your mind or to your spirit. But you'll start noticing that this isn't actually me that's thinking these things. It's just the mind doing this. It's just this fear-based trauma that's trying to control me and constrict me. And I don't have to entertain it. I don't have to believe it. I can counteract that thought. I can counteract those automatic responses. The more you lean into things that can remind you to be present in the moment, the more you're rewiring your body and the way your spirit responds to things in your subconscious mind. And so it is very helpful. Meditation is absolutely amazing. I use meditation every day, but I also find meditation through working out. I absolutely love getting exercise. It's almost like a good mood pill. It's a therapy pill. It helps release. It helps for me to recharge. And then I'm really, really just grateful for my body, grateful for everything that I'm able to do for myself, and grateful I'm able to take care of myself in this way. And of course, I'm not thinking about a week from now when I'm sweating and pumping weights. So it's very, very healing. And yoga is healing as well. The last thing, number 4, I wouldn't be a self-love coach if I did not implore you guys to use affirmations. Affirmations are absolutely amazing. I'm a testament to it. I have affirmations back here on my sticky notes on my wall. Affirmations are absolutely amazing because it allows you to speak positivity over your life, over your body. And as you do know, what we speak becomes life. What we speak becomes true. What we think about, what we give our energy to, becomes our reality. And so we have to be conscious and aware that when our mind is telling us negative things, it's having us question ourselves. In order to counteract that, we have to have positive things flowing in, positive things that we're saying, because what happens is that the anxiety is from fear-based trauma. It's from something that has happened to us in our past, and our body remembers that. So as I was saying earlier, we have to rewire the way we think and the way we respond. And the affirmations help you reprogram your thoughts, reprogram your way of living, the way of being. And so if you feel the anxiety coming up, maybe hold yourself and say, I am safe. I am protected. I am loved. I love myself. I trust myself. I am amazing. Like, you have to be completely present. Like, the affirmations allow you to be back within self. And when you're back within self, then you're not thinking about tomorrow, the next day, what's going to happen out here. You're just thinking about this present moment. And in this present moment, you are okay. And this present moment, you are loved. In this present moment, you are amazing. And that's all that matters, is this present moment. What I want to leave you guys with is that we cannot control what happens tomorrow. We can't control what someone does to us or what someone says to us or what life throws at us, but we have absolute control over our experiences, or as far as how we react to them and how we show up. And anxiety is this little bugbear that's telling us that we have to hurt ourselves, or that we have to believe the most negative things about ourselves, or that these negative things, we're worthy of these negative things because of something that's happened to us before. And that's absolutely rubbish. It's not true. We don't deserve those things. We don't have to live that life of fear, of stagnancy, of being stuck. We deserve all great things. We are worthy. We're entitled to all great things. But it's up to us to take our well-being in our hands and treat ourselves with as much love and as compassion as possible. So that's what I want to leave you guys with today. If you have issues with anxiety, or you have your own tools and methods, please drop them in the comments below. I will talk to you guys soon, and thank you for being who you are.